right? And what we'll probably have for people who really want to kind of stick to the Ready Player Me aesthetic and have all of the variation and customization that their website offers. Eventually, we'll probably just have a back-end process that just takes the Ready Player Me and converts it over to the new system, right? But even before we have that, we'll probably have a tutorial that just lets you bring it into Blender and click a button to convert it, right? That hopefully will be what we'll have out of the gate. But yeah, other than that, it's coming along great. Right now, that's kind of phase one. Like I say, there's 2 phases to this, and phase 2 is going to coincide with our new physics-based character controller, and the whole thing will kind of plug in together, right? And that's part of some of the recent work I've been doing on experimenting with network sync and how we might be able to synchronize full body movements, even hand and finger movements, synchronize visemes, all of that kind of stuff. So I can tell you right now, the wheels are turning internally, and we're already looking to see if we can, try and find out what's the best thing to do, right? Is it build or buy, right? We're kind of at that stage in the situation, in the decision-making process. Are we going to try to build something into our existing infrastructure to support this? Will we try and take some other dedicated solution off the shelf, or will we just continue to use a third party for this sort of stuff as well? So things are definitely moving internally, and they'll be, I would say by the end of the year we'll have an avatar system that won't be anything like what we have today.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. So yeah, anybody else who wants to ask a question, they can make their way up to the front, or if they don't, I'm just going to try to megaphone Bob. Hey Bob, how are you doing up there?
Good-ish.
Yeah, what are you up to? Just chilling?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
That's cool. Well, while you're there, tell us, Bob, what do you treasure? Oh, I freaked him out, guys. I freaked him out. I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You were just, you're moving all around. I thought maybe I'd just take the piss
Then I
and put you
fell
on
off
the
the
spot
edge
for a minute.
earlier, so I was just trying to get back up here. But
Ah, that's cool. Well, thanks for that, Bob. Appreciate that.
Shrimpy18 decided to join us
Hey,
in the
Shrimpy,
simulation.
we've been waiting for you all night. Right, guys, he's here. Everybody, do it. Shrimpy! Shrimpy! There you go. It's just for you. It's whatever the fuck this is. There you go. Congratulations, Shrimpy. You win. You win whatever the fuck that was. Oh, God. Yeah. So usually how it goes, if nobody wants to come up onto the beach and put me out of my misery, then I'll just stand up here and waffle away. Or maybe I'll call on Richie. Hey, Richie, what's going on? Tell us, are you pooping?
I am.
Oh. Is that it? Is that all you've got for us? Why did you stop?
Do you want to join in, or you want to wipe my ass?
I mean, geez, is that why you got so excited and fucking stopped?
Yeah. I jumped at the
run?
opportunity. I was like, oh, spectators.
Listen, I'm a foot, okay?
Yeah.
I'm an innocent foot, Richie. You can't be corrupting me. Jesus Christ. No.
I'm sorry. I'll poop here on the.
Don't. Not on that.
You'll have a foot up your ass.
Oh yes.
That's very
Just poop
strange.
right
Don't look
beside
at me.
people.
Oh really? Would they appreciate that?
They might. It's
Oh,
like a
no.
little present.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You want to hold my hand?
That's true.
I'm
Ridden Beige is
I'm
here to
otherwise
kiss
engaged
snowy
right
butt
now,
cheeks.
so
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I use my hand.
Oh, jeez. Fair enough. Yeah. So,
Anyway.
Richie, any questions for me while I'm putting you on the spot?
No.
Just gonna walk over here.
Okay, good stuff. See you later.
Yeah. Are you smelly?
Oh God. So yeah, how's everybody's weekend been? Anybody have any crazy stories from the weekend? Anybody get up to anything mad? Do anything crazy in VR? No?
Oh, I have a real life story.
Okay, tell us.
Tell us about your
So let's
travel.
pretend like
Yeah,
it's not real.
Sir
on
this is
the
the real
Sprayer,
Thursday
a
where I
real
was
human
out and I
actually
had
joined
a
the
good
space.
time in
Now
Berlin,
everyone
of
act
course,
like a human.
as you know, and was
I see you down there.
really drunk. And in the morning at around 7, the hotel alarm went off, and we lived on the
Oh, no.
27th floor.
Oh Jesus! Did you get up
Yeah.
hungover and
Yeah,
climb down 27 flights of stairs?
yeah.
That's not fun.
Nope.
That was on Sunday morning.
The day after we went out, at least, Friday morning.
Right. Well, screw that
Sir
noise.
Sprayer arrived.
Yeah, it was, and it was a false alarm as well.
Gotcha. Right. Well, there you go. There's a funny story from someone's life.
Trip to
Clockwork arrived.
Berlin.
Oh God. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've told you guys all the cool things lately. Has anybody seen? I kind of sneakily dropped a like a preview of some of the
Drown,
physics-based
the witch
stuff
is here.
that we're working on. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see? I kind of teased that in the
Jenny
Discord, and I think I then deleted
_TLC
it
is
later.
here.
I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
saw
left
the
it
video.
there. Did you see it?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Um,
It was cool. I was excited.
Yeah, I mean there was
on stilts, or
there was some. What's that?
were you walking around on stilts?
On stilts. That's right. Physics-based stilts and a skateboard.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what we're going for. We're going to pivot. We're going
Dan the
to
Mandrill beamed
just
in.
going to go. We're going to keep true
Drown,
and
the
go
witch
down
beamed
the
in.
skateboard and physics-based stilts
The only way
niche.
to
That's
skateboard at this age.
yeah, exactly. Am I right?
beamed in.
Nobody's going to be doing that. We're going to definitely have a USP that everybody is going to engage with, and it's going to be physics-based skate and stilt and skate. That's what it's going to be. That's what we're going for. Yeah, but honestly, it looks really cool, right? We've had a chance to play with it. At some point soon, you'll get to see it. At some point soon, it'll be built into the client. You'll get to move around and try it out. But yeah, it's nuts the way he's done it. He's got like additional strength on the wrist, so when you turn and rotate your wrist, you're able to almost lift your own body up. So it makes using the stilts like really quite easy. You've got a lot of strength you can kind of transfer into those to be able to walk yourself around. And honestly, it's nuts. It's a whole new type of locomotion, right? It's something that could even work with Apple Vision Pro. You could have hand tracking based locomotion just by using stilts. Stilts are us. That's what it's going to be. In fact, we've abandoned all other plans. We're going full on, all out on the stilts. We're going to spend millions on perfecting this stilt mechanic. Because that's all it's about for us. We just want stilts now. It's just going to be feet and stilts. That's what it's all going to be about. And it's all your fault, all of you guys, because you're enablers, right? You're all sitting there looking straight at me, not saying, "Hey,
Dan the
don't do
Mandrill
that.
is
Don't
too
put
late.
stilts." You know what? We've got a bunch of new people joining, and I've been waffling for a while. So why don't I say that if anybody has any questions, this is our Banter AMA, and usually what people do is occasionally come up onto the beach and interrupt me and ask a question, and I'll answer the question for them, and that way I shut up for 10 minutes, or else I just keep talking nonsense. And we've got Jenny. Hey Jenny, how are you doing? What can I do for you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
So I've got that stupid law or whatever to where everybody's a bunch of balls. Are
Yes,
you working on any kind of workaround for that?
we are
Okay.
indeed. we've been working on it for the last little while. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
the problem is that the issue, the source of the issue, is with Ready Player Me. They're the people who provide these avatars, and it seems that this problem is affecting every app that uses Ready Player Me right now
Oh,
in certain
gosh.
states in America. So
Uh-huh.
we're working on a solution internally that would allow us to at
Mhm.
least
I got ready here.
work around the problem, but it's tough
Yeah.
because the problem is somewhat upstream, from where we're
Mhm.
at
Hi.
in the whole
Tiger
process.
has
But
entered the
actually, I was
simulation.
waffling here for a while, I think before you came in, about how we're building an entirely new avatar system for this reason and a number of other ones. In fact, we want something that could work better, and this isn't the first time we've had problems with Ready Player Me, so we're
Yeah.
going to try and make something lots better. And right now, myself and other members of my team are working very actively on that at the minute. So I would say
Awesome.
within the next week or two, we'll have this balls issue resolved and have
Okay.
a taste of the new avatar system released at the same time.
Awesome. Sweet. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
She can
thank
also
you.
take you more seriously because she does not see you as a giant foot.
I just see
Oh, I'm a foot.
PTSD.
I'm not a ball. I'm a foot. In case that's any consolation. Yeah, I'm a foot.
Is everybody balls to you too?
Balls to the walls. There you go.
I see.
That's a win for the feet, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, thank you all for coming. Yeah, it's great to see so many people. God, there's nearly 30 of us in here. Normally how this works, like I've said, is people make their way on down the beach, ask me any random question. I don't mind, I'll answer. It's cool. We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about stuff in banter. We can talk about how to make worlds, why avatars are a thing, why this foot is here, and what it wants from you.
I assume
And
you just had a foot fetish.
well, that could be it too. That could be it too. Fun fact, this avatar actually took about 20 minutes to make. Well, not this one, but the original foot that got uploaded. We just took a foot, slapped an arm on it for a leg, and uploaded it. And that was it. Stick the eyeballs on. That's all you need. Thanks, sure. What have you got? You want to ask about the
Yeah, so this is
origin
just
story?
kind of a fun question that I want to ask. So how
Okay.
did you come up with the name Banter? Why Banter?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, tell me, do you like the name Banter now that we've had it and you've heard it so much? Do you think it's a good name?
Yeah, I think it's a great name. I don't think you should ever change it.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Basically, we were looking at Facebook Horizons, and we were kind of thinking, okay, that's kind of like the nanny state. They're kind of watching everything you're doing and recording it all, and God knows they're doing that everywhere on the headset, I'm sure, as well. But yeah, I guess we wanted something a bit more lighthearted, right? That was more fun, right? It was more about, what VR kind of started for. So Banter seemed to encapsulate that pretty well. It's also a nice, easy to spell, easy to understand word that you can communicate, very unique, good for, being able to search and find it and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where it started out.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shane. That's great to know.
Yeah, no problem. Nice. Yeah. So Ghostroid, tell us
Yes.
tell us a joke. There you go. Boom.
A joke.
Or a story. Or sing us a song.
Right?
Or anything you like. This is your time to shine. 15 minutes of fame. Let's go. Let's put the ghost into that droid. Let's put the droid into that ghost. Come on, man. By the way, this is the thing I do for anybody who's unaware. This is the thing I do. I just pick on random people in the audience sometimes. I just put you on the spot. But it's only us here and the millions of people at home. That's all. The entire YouTube community, yes.
Why is
So-
pirating so addictive?
Oh, why is pirating so addictive?
They say once you lose your first hand, you're hooked.
Ah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we call in the industry a dad joke. Nice one. Thank you for that. That's great. Really good. Love that. It's good for a Christmas cracker. We could have that one, right? That'd be perfect.
Right?
Classic one is why did the computer go to the doctor?
Oh, here we go.
You know this
Giuseppe,
one.
Why did
Why did the
why did
computer go to the doctor?
Oh no.
Come on, it's
I
easy.
can tell. I can tell
That's an
already.
easy one.
Does the
What is
computer have
it?
a virus?
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's easy. I knew it was. I'm in. That was the classic one.
Oh
Yeah.
no. See, if you can predict them, that makes them better dad jokes, actually. You earn more dad points for those dad jokes. Oh god. So we're working on a bunch of things. Oh, here's somebody, Danielle.
I just hate silences, to be honest. And bless you, you've been talking,
Okay.
amazingly, Mr. Robot. Which would you say out of the worlds that you've come across so far in Banter has been your personal favourite?
Oh, that's a tough one. My personal favorite. It's probably this one right here. I think this one is probably where we pushed the bar the most in terms of experimenting with video and yeah, I don't know. This is, you can just turn this into kind of a disco nightclub instantly by me just stepping off and clicking on this button, right? It's all, there you go, boom, no problem. We can all have a great time, and the bananas, they dance across the beach, across the floor. That's all you could ever ask for. So that's pretty cool. But honestly, there's so many spaces in here that are honestly really good, right? Like Pony's Infinity Castle, right? I really like that. I've got a serious fear of heights, so I enjoy to kind of push that feeling when I'm in VR, when it's safe, when I can take the headset off. So yeah, that one's really cool. Really like that. Tush push, right? Just because, you know, it's crazy and there's tushes to be pushed.
Okay, I've not checked out Banter for a little while. I've come up along with my friends from Horizons, but I do nip in every now and then. So yeah, you
That's
just added
cool.
to my little list now. This is good. This is good.
Nice. Well, we're glad to see you.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But honestly, I can sit up here and waffle all day. So there's this thing in Ireland, they call it the gift of the gab. I've told the story before, but it's been a while, so I'll tell it again. It just basically means it's no problem. We can just talk and talk and talk. Doesn't even matter. We don't even have to be saying anything. There's no substance. We're just waffling on and on. And sometimes we just, you know. Oh boy, Three-Eyed Tiger's gonna save me. Go ahead. Saved by the bell. Hit me.
It's a good question, actually. It's a good question. I think so. So the last time I came to one of these, you said that there was a new media player in development. So at the moment, obviously, you've got the Start YouTube player, which is amazing.
Yes.
But you said you're going to support more streaming platforms. How is that coming along? And which platforms are you supporting?
That is a really great question. It is coming along somewhat. We've made some progress, and in fact, there's already been some enhancements added to the build, which are live as we speak. If anybody's familiar with how video players in VR chat work, they kind of have this behind-the-scenes thing that can convert from a YouTube URL into a direct video link, right? It's if anybody's familiar with an educational piece of software called YouTube DLP, and it is purely educational, yeah, it's able to provide you with the ability to get direct access to the video links for some of the videos that you love on YouTube. And what that means is that
has
you're able
joined.
to use
Quick,
native video
hide your
players.
avatars.
You're able to achieve higher video quality. There's no overlays, there's no ads, there's none of that stuff. You can play 3D videos, all sorts of things. So that basically is the first step, is adding support to be able to just automatically convert from a YouTube URL into, here's a video file that I can play back. But what we're moving towards is then being able to, I guess, as a priority, being able to play back YouTube plus direct video links, right? So if you have a video of yours that you'd like to play somewhere, you can put that link in and play that direct. And I mean, after that, really, it's probably a matter of seeing, what does the community want, right? Is there any other streaming services, any other things that we can try to integrate that, could be useful? I don't know, Dailymotion or Vimeo or something. We'll see what people want, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I think we all know our good old video player that we've had for quite a while. There's a couple of variations of it going around, but it's mostly the same sort of video player. It's at its core. I think what's great about it is that we've learned a lot about how it works and how we can kind of probably improve on that, right? So there's this really great sync capability within it. It's just a convenient search for videos on YouTube, add them to a playlist. It's got the whole karaoke functionality as well. I'd love to be able to add support for live streams. That could definitely be a thing. There's obviously already support in DeadZ spaces and in others as well for Twitch. So that's always, really cool to be able to support live streams. But yeah, like I said, being able to search and add videos to a playlist from multiple sources, and to be able to do that sort of really conveniently, easily, without having to jump through any kind of hoops, right? That's I think what the current video player has done for us, and the new one will start out on that foundation and probably build from there. So yeah, definitely looking forward to doing that. Here, there's Kate up in the corner. Why don't I put her on the spot? And you might notice I start to speak a little bit more Irish. It comes out just before we speak to each other. We warm up the Irishness a bit. We start to get a little. We start to talk real strange. What's going on, Kate? Say something crazy.
How are you getting on, Shane? What's the
I'm
crack?
getting on okay. The crack is 90. What's the crack with you?
Sweet feck all now. Absolutely delighted with myself.
Oh yeah.
Delighted with myself with the whole
Yes,
quest
I do.
situation.
Did it get sorted? Is it all sorted already?
It is. It is. Thank you so much.
Wow.
You're amazing.
That was quick. That was really quick. Happy days. Happy days. Nice one. Cheers, Kate. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Three-eyed tiger. What can I do for?
I've got another bonus one. So
Okay.
something I really love at the moment is Horizons has come out with like a drone camera feature where every player can just flip to a floating drone. They can manipulate it in 3D space, move, with the player or at their sort of they could just stay there and follow them around. I know you mentioned before that you're doing a sort of a video camera in Banter. What sort of options are sort of coming on with that? Because I'm thinking a good camera stack would allow us to really promote the platform. Just get out there and make loads of fun videos.
Yes, that's a great question. So we have been doing some work on the camera systems that are built in. Now, some spaces on Banter have their own fancier integrated camera systems, and those are really cool. They can do a lot of really cool things. But most recently, we have worked to improve the camera system that's built into Banter. I don't even know if I told anybody about this, actually. So here's a bit of a surprise. To let you know. But if anybody's familiar, when you make a space in Banter, you're effectively the owner, right? But you can also have moderators, anybody with the crown above their head like I have. And then you can go into a special no-clip camera mode. You press F7 and you're able to fly a camera around. So I've enhanced that, so now it's a little bit less drunk, let's say, right? The camera goes sideways a little bit less, but you can obviously still fly it around with the keyboard controls. But now what you can also do is plug in an Xbox controller or even a PlayStation controller or any kind of gamepad that you like. So any of you out there that like to do camera stuff with your events and stuff like that, slap an old controller in there and have a look. I'll share the controls, in fact, after this, if you like. There might be one or two alterations to them, but it's something we've been working on for the new launch trailer, right? We want to get a decent camera system in that we can use, but it is something that everybody can access and already use. So yeah,
Kristen
it's
is here
pretty
to
neat,
kiss
right?
snowy
Because
butt
with a
cheeks.
controller, you've got multiple inputs at once. You can do multiple things at once. And in fact, what we have put on is a special FOV mode, right, for one of the joysticks, so you can achieve that really cinematic effect where the background is kind of flying off away from somebody and you're moving forward, but the FOV is sort of zooming you out at the same time. It's crazy, right? And you can do all of this now with this new camera input system. So it's not quite a selfie camera as of yet, or a drone camera that would come in and follow you, but it's basically been our priority as we're working on a launch trailer behind the scenes, right? So that's where that's been coming from. But yeah, I mean, I think a drone camera sounds pretty cool. To me, it kind of sounds a little bit like a third-person camera a little bit, right? It's kind of like you're playing the game from not from first-person view, but from a third-person view, and maybe with some nice controls and some nice smoothing there. I'm sure that could feel like a follow drone, basically, right? I think I don't know where Shoseki is. He's hiding here somewhere, I'm sure. But
If it's really cool, Shane, because you can take the camera and you can position it sort of like to the left. You can do like a little walk along camera, so as you're walking, sort of turn sideways and talk to it. I think what they've done there is like leveled it. It's just it's so good. It's so good.
Nice. Yeah, I've got to check that out. I've seen videos, but I haven't actually tried it myself. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jenny, go ahead. What can I do you for?
Hi. So as far as the new avatars that you were creating, what are you offering in terms of personalization?
Well, it's going to be fully bespoke, fully custom. We're working on a new pipeline to be able to create them, but you should be able to do a lot of things like you would be able to do, let's say, on a platform like VR chat. Now, there will be some differences. We're probably going to limit things like shaders and stuff like that because we want to prioritize Quest. We want to prioritize performance on Quest. But other than that, you'll be able to build your own custom avatars from scratch, and we'll have plugins and tutorials and everything to be able to make that process as easy as possible. So yeah, everything in a
So
nutshell.
are you going to offer like outfits and things that you have now? Like the Ready Player Me, how you can just choose an outfit?
So yeah, you'll still be able to use Ready Player Me as it is right now, but for those who want to, you'll be able to create a fully custom model, like this foot. Believe it or not, this foot was. Well, you can't see it, but if you could see it, I'm a foot right now. I'm a full blown foot.
I'm honestly glad I can't see that.
yeah, it's you wouldn't like it. It's not a nice foot. It's honestly.
Will we be able to do that
weird.
on the headset, or do we have to have a computer in order to do that?
So you would typically use a professional workflow. Our plugin and our tutorials are probably going to be for software like Blender, but we'll still have integration, like I say, with things like this Ready Player Me, and I think in future it'll continue to work where you just be
Baby,
able
will
to...
you build me an avatar?
There you go. Thank you, Jenny. Question from the YouTube chat. I forgot they were out there. How are you doing? Oh, Echo's here. Where did he go?
There he is.
Right here.
Where? Oh, there he is.
Up on his line.
Oh, he's in another instance. Hey, Echo, what's the crack?
Oh.
He can't talk because he's in 2D mode.
Oh, okay.
A new keypad. Nice. You mean like a keyboard? Yeah, we're totally going to have a new keyboard. One of my engineers took it to build out a whole new keyboard a couple of weekends ago. Sacrificed a huge chunk of his weekend to build out this amazing, responsive, tactile keyboard. And honestly, it's kind of cool because we're using a new UI system, and this new UI system sort of continues to surprise and delight us, if I'm honest. But this keyboard is kind of using, yeah, it's kind of got an individual. Well, it's not an individual texture. It's one big texture atlas for all of the keys, but it can be animated and changed in real time. So it kind of means that each one of the keys is kind of like a video key. I mean, I don't know what the hell we're going to do with something like that, but we have the facility to do really complicated animations on the keys on the keyboard. So right now it's just this really nice sort of hover animation as you get close, and then when you press, it's got a 3D sort of nice bounce to the key, and also a nice color change and a fade as well there. So yeah, I think that keyboard is going to be great. We want it to be something you can just pick up and use with your hands with direct touch. That's the aim, but also it will support, typical pointer input as well, right? So both of those things is I think where we want to go with that, and it'll be one keyboard to rule them all. So the fewer different keyboards we have in different scenarios will kind of all disappear at that point. So I hope that answers the question on the keyboard front. Yeah, go ahead, Discord Kitty. Right. Well, it's on the stream. I guess you can catch it later, right?
I have two questions. The first one is, do you have like a rough ETA for the new menu being released?
I think we're deciding internally whether we should probably put it out before we do a larger, wider launch, let's say, right? And make a big hoopla of it.
This goddamn echo.
What we could do is
now
have a
part of our
scenario where the new
virtual
menu
mischief.
exists, and for a period of time you can kind of swap between the old and the new, just in case there's still any gaps there, we're missing stuff, or some stuff doesn't work. But at this point, you're talking about a matter of weeks, I would say, until we've got something in the build that you guys will be able to play with. And honestly, so much time and effort and energy has gone into this that I think you're going to really appreciate it. I think as it stands right now, the 2D version of the menu, which is like a full screen space menu that's fully responsive depending on what size you've got the window at and all this kind of stuff, that's feature complete, and it's kind of starting to be tested with our QA teams.
Awesome.
The world space version, right, the VR version that you've got in the world around you, that's the bit that we're kind of just putting a bit of polish onto right now to get that ready. And yeah, I think we'll just do a very last sort of pass in terms of tweaking design or tweaking any last minute functionality. But honestly, it's a breath of fresh air. It kind of takes things like the people here screen and the socket debug and combines them all into one, so everything is right where you want it, right where it makes sense. Honestly, it's going to drastically improve discovery out of the gate when it comes to finding out what to do and where people are. And yeah, the search is going to make things so much easier, because you can just search for spaces, search for events, search for people. It's a universal input, right? There's no more go to URL. You can put in the short code into the search and it will bring up the space. You can go straight to it. You can put the full URL into the search and hit go to. So it's everything all in one box, and hopefully that will be much easier to use than what we've got right now. So yeah, a few more weeks.
Wonderful.
And that's definitely going to be something you guys can have a play with.
And then my second question is, if one had a purpose that they needed to go back to the initial welcome space, but they've already been there, how would one access it again after you've been there and can't go back?
Well, I guess there's a couple ways, right? So it'll be in your history, in your recent history, if you were there recently. So if you just went in and want to get back straight away, that'll be the best way to do it. But other than that, it's available at welcome.bant.ing. So
beautiful. Thank you.
You can
That's
just
all I
jump
needed.
in on that address and take a look. Yeah, no problem. Hey, Aaron Wolf, what can I do you for?
Yes, I was thinking about the new menu system they were talking about.
Yes.
And as a left-handed person, I would appreciate if you can change the pointer from the right hand to the left hand.
No.
Yes. No.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Yes.
it says
No,
Ghost
do
Droid says
it.
no.
Do it.
Was it Ghost Droid? Okay, I don't know why, but there's some people here who hate people who are left-handed. I don't get it. I'm a left foot,
Conversion therapy.
so I'm with you.
You can have some conversion therapy.
Oh no.
For handedness.
Oh no! Oh my god! There's no connotation there, none whatsoever. I promise you. No, do you know, to answer your question though seriously, so the new pointer that's coming with the menu is going to be a dual-handed pointer, right? And the way it will work is whichever hand you click the trigger on last will become the one that has your pointer. So it'll just seamlessly swap between the two when you're using it like that, right? So yeah, totally agree.
Nice.
Yeah, much better pointer, much easier to see where the cursor is, see what you're clicking on.
Thank you, Shane.
Cheers, Iron Wolf. Hey, Kristen, I'm going to assume that you're there on the beach because you've got a question. Hit me up.
Starkiller
I have a
has
few
joined the
questions,
space.
if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So if somebody wanted to come in here and start like
Bavu has
running
joined the
events and
space.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the appropriate, place to ask
Yeah.
this question. How hard is it to like get worlds in here? Do you have to get worlds in here? Can you use the worlds that are already in here? And like, can you bring other things in, like easily, or?
Gotcha. Well, I hate to answer a question by asking a question, but I'd be interested to know, are you familiar with any existing world creation systems?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like in every app, in Rec Room, VR Chat, Alt Space,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
Horizon.
Brilliant.
All of them.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. In that case, you're probably going to be very familiar. So you can build worlds with Unity. We use the built-in render pipelines. That's the same as VR Chat. VR Chat worlds could probably come in here pretty easily, although most of the Udon scripting won't work, unfortunately. But we do have support for our own scripting system. Well, it's not ours. It's Unity's. It's Unity Visual Scripting. You can use that to create worlds. We also have support for JavaScript and lots of cool things that you can do with that. Generally, you can probably make use of most of the worlds in here. Any worlds that are, worlds that we've created, there's no problem. You can just ask us. We generally sort of work spaces in Banter like persistent spaces, right? So if you wanted to have an event here, right, in this space, then you could talk to Faye and she could set it up and have the whole thing scheduled for you. Or if you wanted to make your own version of, say, this space, then you could make a copy of it, set it up as your own space. You could. Our only requirement, as it stands, to get your space featured so that it's public and in the menu and searchable in future is that the performance is good, right? We don't really care about how many polys you've got, how many textures you're using, the size of them, anything like that. We just care about trying to get the performance as good as you possibly can on a Quest 2 device, at least with a couple of avatars in the space. And if you can do that, we'll feature it. And then if your space is featured, all your events are featured too. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. But you said you had a couple more?
Glitched into the matrix.
Yeah, like is there a way, if we have a world space in here, say I wanted to bring in an item or a plane, like think of a piece of paper with questions on it that we wanted in that world space for just the day. Is there a way to do that without having to upload it through Unity, like similar to like what a world builder tool in game would be?
Sure. We don't have it in game as of yet, but we actually have this integration where you can. It's getting a bit technical, I guess, but basically you can use JavaScript or in some cases just HTML to create like a very simple plane with a texture on it that could be whatever you want. And you can position that around the space so that you could augment, let's say, you've got a Unity scene and you've got maybe some photo frames or some poster areas or whatever it might be. You can very easily augment that then and just have that in some simple script that you can edit from, I guess, anywhere, right? Or HTML as well. That's That's another thing. So that can save you having to fire up Unity, run a build, and do an upload. But we do have a great plugin for Unity that handles all of the building and uploading for you. And yeah, it's not too bad, but yeah, it's not as quick as making a very quick change to a single text file.
Okay. Thank you.
World builders are coming though. I'm pretty sure I saw Kai talking about it the other day and wanting to build out a world builder. So there's probably going to be a whole thing where there'll be, I don't know, some kind of an asset catalog, and you'll be able to drag and drop items around to place objects in your space and then save it and be able to come back to it later. I'm very sure we'll see something like that. I imagine if Kai or anybody else starts to build that, it'll be something that maybe we'll try and get behind and try and support them on, right? Because I started out a number of years ago trying to build world building tools, and it didn't work out. So I'm kind of on this personal mission to come full circle on that and have a community member build it, and I make it work out for them, right? And then yeah, that's it. Then I can that I've peaked. But
Discord Kitty has logged into the mainframe.
yeah, but no, we definitely want to try and have a more generic world builder in game in future, and yeah, me specifically, I started out my journey building world builders inside of virtual reality games. So for me, it's I understand how important it is.
Static
But
Thread has logged
yeah, I
into
mean,
the
I guess we
mainframe.
also want to maybe experiment with some of this cool new tech, and God knows by the time I try and build a world builder, there's going to be some AI service that will be able to generate 3D models just from speech or by taking a picture of your brain or something. I don't know. So who knows? The idea of building a world could radically change in the next couple of years.
But is there a better way to do it then without having to do like sometimes you just need to change things very quickly, like especially
Yeah.
during event spaces,
Ghost
you know, where you
fucking
don't
Droid
want
is
to
now part of our
have to
virtual
upload
mischief.
and change, and you just want it to be brief and maybe not even permanent. Is there a projector or anything in here?
There is. When you say projector, you mean like the screen sharing that
Yeah.
Altspace used to have.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a similar system. It works on a similar technology, in fact, that theirs did, where you can share your screen. You can do it from a browser. There's no plugin or extension or anything. You
Okay.
just go to a certain page on your computer, and because we've got integrated browsers in the game, then you can make that browser go to a certain page as well.
Discord
And
Kitty
yeah, the
decided
whole
to
thing
join
sort of
us in the
links up, and we
simulation.
do things like
Kitty has
Jackbox
entered the
games and various
simulation.
other different things.
Awesome.
Just
Thank you.
sharing our screen, doing some drawing with Danny, just to plug an old event. Danny's behind you there, but
Kate decided to join
yeah,
us in
we
the
use that for
simulation.
a lot of things.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate a good question. Because I'm a foot. That's what we like, right? Everybody knows that. Foots like to answer questions. That's that's what we do. That's why I've got this big goofy face, because it's face for radio. Isn't that what they say? Oh, Barry, what have you got for us? Tell me.
I just have the sense that your new avatar is a bit of a bobblefoot.
A bobblefoot. And you're gonna just drop the mic on that, Barry? You're just gonna disappear, bobblefoot? Okay.
So confused.
Nice. I don't get it, but I'm on board. That sounds good to me. What does YouTube think? Have we got anybody from at home who's got any questions about me and my bobblefoot, Shoseki? Okay, well, woo! Oh my God, folks! Everybody wave to the people at home. Oh, people at home, we're together, and there's a big foot on the screen. Honestly, none of it makes any sense, but you know, here we are. We're all generally feeling pretty good about it. Am I right, you guys? Oh, let's see. Ghost is on the stream. Nice one. Ghost is doubling up, you guys. Can't get enough of it. He's got to stream it and he's in here at the same time. Yeah. Everybody on the stream right now, but also don't leave here. because those people on the screen, they're in 2D world. Screw them. We're in VR. They're dead to us. Am I right? No, we love you. We're only joking. What? Oh, well, it's like hitting your head. Oh no. Oh no, you guys. Somebody pressed the button and the world is broken. Who did it? Who did it? What is this video? Does this just go on for hours? What is this? I think it's kind of cool. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Oh my god. Who keeps trolling me on the on making the whole place oops? Oh my god. Here we go. And we're back. Back in the room. Who can I pick on? Hey! Kalima! What's happening? Tell us the story. Go ahead.
I don't know if I have a story. Oh my gosh. I have a joke though.
Okay, hit us with a joke. We'll accept a joke.
How do you get a squirrel out of a tree?
How do you get a squirrel out of a tree?
Drop your pants and show them your nuts.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the banter here is flowing. My God, I love it. Nice. I like it. If you've got any more of the how do you do a thing jokes, those are great. We love those. There's always a twist. Really gets you at the end.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. I know, I used to know a bunch, but I'd have to go back and think about them and prepare. That one just sticks with me so well.
That's okay. Well, you just hang on to them, and then anytime I need to fill some air, I can just call on you, and we can get a joke. What, Shoseki, have you got one? I was gonna say that one. Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah, that's great. Well, that's great. Hey, but John, tell us about your new space. Ready Player John.
Yeah, right. Cool. I made an arcade with games in it. Yeah, that's that's basically it for now. I find it pretty cool. I found the space for was a Hubra's arcade that him and Moto did to make all those games work. And then I was like, hey, I'm gonna make an arcade, so I made an arcade.
That's cool. Yeah, nice work. Looks awesome.
Thank you.
And it's right on topic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's interested right now, if you do have a space you're working on and you want to get it featured, there's a feature my space channel basically on the Discord. That's the process right now. You just post a link there, along with a quick video that shows that the space is running well, and we'll feature it there and then on the spot. That's all you have to do. We'll probably have a more formal process in future, but for now, that's enough. I think just for us to be able to get by. Let's see, Static. When was your 1-year anniversary in Banter?
Static thread has glitched into the matrix.
Oh no. Did we break Static?
The room was melting.
Oh no.
I'm back.
There's 2 of you.
Woo! Even better.
Nice. Static has got static.
Static thread is too late.
Yep, that makes sometimes when the internet's bad, it makes you explode. I think I've genuinely broken them.
I have a random question.
I'm back, I think.
I have a random question. I have
Go
a
ahead,
random question. Oh, it's just about consoles. Like, what console do you think you play the most games on? Like, or like the most time on? I guess.
Discord
gaming
is
console.
too late.
God, that's a tough one, and it's gonna show my age as well.
Okay,
Somewhere
that's good.
between PS1 and Super Nintendo,
PS2.
maybe.
Oh, Super Nintendo. Yeah, no, you mean? Oh yeah, Super Nintendo was great. Oh yeah. Not N64? No, you don't think so?
I spent more time on the Super Nintendo. I think if it's most time spent, the Super Nintendo was the first one, and then
That had some really good ones.
PlayStation
Really good.
was the next
Especially
one.
Yeah, the best Metroid, basically side scroller is the side scrolling Metroid is on that one. So Super Metroid. Yep, that's a great one.
Discord Kitty has joined. Quick, hide
Nice,
your
thanks for that, Sophie.
avatars.
8 people on the stream,
Static
guys.
Threat
We are
just
famous.
dropped
That's
in
it.
from
We
another
have made it.
dimension.
Let's all go. We can all
How
go
many-
nuts. Go ahead. Sorry, Kristen. I'm just walking.
How
in
many
here.
people do world spaces generally support?
It depends, right? It depends on the how much is going on in the space. But yeah, we've seen anything from probably 20 to 50 people.
We had 63 one time.
Are there echo instances or just one instance right now?
I've seen that many people in one instance. Sometimes we tend to do like a burn the servers. How many can we get in? And yeah, I mean at 63. I think the highest I've seen is 80. But we have an auto instancing system, so you can set the max number of people on your space and then have it auto overflow into new instances. And we're working on a new instance grouping system in future that will allow you to kind of create your own quick private version of a space, or create a new public version of it, or even have like a different instance group for each maybe event that's running in that space. So yeah, that's how we want to evolve it. But right now, it will just automatically overflow into new instances. And then when people are megaphoned, like I am, they will appear in all instances so that people can see you and you can kind of broadcast yourself like that. But yeah,
Drowned,
it really
the witch is
depends. The
too
power
late.
is really in the hands of the space creator to decide how many people can come into their instance or not.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to answer. So yeah, I've actually only got a couple of minutes left, folks. So if you've got any more questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. I can probably stay a couple more minutes if you've got any more specific questions. Oh, we've got somebody walking around in the back there. Hello there. We don't allow you. Oh, it's Star Killer. Star Killer 1991. Are you 32 years of age? Is that what this is? You're megaphoned, but your mic might not be working. Or you're really nervous and you're frozen. You're terrified. You've got stage fright. I understand. I get it. Actually, I don't. I just sit up here and just talk nonsense all day long. It's great fun. I just swing my head from side to side and make it look like this is just a foot doing it, right? It's kind of
Static
creepy. For
threat
those of you
just
that can
crossed
see
the
it,
digital
it's
threshold.
weird. It's like full-on foot muscles going on. It's really strange. Hey, Drown the Witch, how are you doing? Long time no see.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Well, let's see. Kristen, have you got another question for me, or? Oh no. Somebody accidentally
sorry.
teleported.
I have lots of questions for you, but I don't want to ask them like in front of.
Well, it's okay. I'm more than happy to answer. 9 people. Oh my God, you guys. Well, listen. I can tell you that we have this event every week, right? The same time, and also on Sunday nights, about an hour before this, we have another event that's actually dedicated to making spaces. So that's another one that can be good. We've actually got a bunch of events, some run by the community members on Wednesday.
What do you guys do?
Is it two? Lisa, is your event on Wednesday? Or Thursday?
No
Thursday. On Thursday, we've got Lisa with Space Making for Beginners.
Thread is wanted
On
in
Wednesday,
several
we've
other
got the
spaces.
Wednesday Waffle
Take
with
cover
Aline,
and
and
shoot.
I'm going to be there now more often as well. We generally talk about visual scripting, right? Unity visual scripting there. That's a recent popular topic. But also, if you're not in the Discord, definitely jump in there. There's always active conversation going on. There's whole sections you can opt into, a few roles that give you access to all of the space making and avatar
Discord
making and
Kitty
all of that
just
goodness,
crossed the
right?
digital threshold.
And yeah, even if you're interested, I can give you access to some of the new beta SDK stuff that we've been working on.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no problem. Pony, you got a question?
Yeah, just a quick one. Are we ever going to see the abusive AI character back in again? Because that was quite entertaining for a while.
Yes,
Horrifying
it was,
at
wasn't
other
it?
points.
I mean, I think so. I definitely think so. I think now with SDK V2, it's definitely the time to be able to build something cool. I had to shoehorn it together, and I was, throwing functionality into the SDK just to get it to work. But now, it should
It was
actually work
brilliant.
much better.
It was so abusive. It was scary at times.
It was. It was using a system called InWorld, right? If any of you guys are familiar with that, it's a full-blown character AI system. It includes the voice, the speech to text that actually talks to it, as well as all of the backing, the AI, whatever, ChatGPT, but a whole character sheet you can write for them. It's creepy, it's weird, and they get very aggressive and emotional, and we were all crying by the end, I think. Yeah, they get so but then that was my fault because I kind of programmed them that way. I kind
Discord
of said,
Kitty
hey,
is wanted in
be
several
this
other
crazy
spaces.
person who thinks that
Take
she's a
cover
TikTok
and shoot.
robot and wants to join the Foot Clan. That's all she was trying to. She was trying to sniff out those secrets and find out how she could get into that goddamn Foot Clan. She was not willing to take no for an answer. Oh, you keyboard warriors! Oh, that was so funny. But yeah, I definitely think we'd be able to do that again. Yeah, I mean, if I can get some time, I definitely like to try something like that. We've got so much going on internally at the minute. There's so many
Yeah.
different plates spinning. I think once we get a lot of these big ticket items like the new menu, and get all of those out, then there'll be a lot more time to experiment and have fun with stuff for sure.
Marvelous.
Cheers, Bonnie. Okay, well, look, I'll tell you what, that's me. I'm at 11. Yeah, like I said, if anybody's got any more questions, feel free to jump into the Discord. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Or come back to this event once a week. We do this Banter AMA, Ask Me Anything, Banter AMA. Or on Sundays, Space Makers is where you can also catch me if you want to ask me anything specific, right? But yeah, thank you all. I appreciate you coming. And let's see, what have we got up next? Let's see, in about 28 minutes, we've got World News this week in headlines, and that's in Echo Space. I'm assuming that's Echo running that event. So yeah, that's going to be fun. In the meantime, I'm going to jump out, but I will see you guys very soon.